Good evening. My name is Marita Dablo Eldial. I'm still proud of my maiden name there. All right. Let's see. I am in favor of the wind tower project for our county. The PRC Wind project should be able to follow North Dakota guidelines, as the state has completed over 20 years of research in wind energy and has the data to support it. There are several successful wind farm projects that are using and following state guidelines. There are many positive sides in supporting the project. Some of them are. The project is projected to generate around $1.2 million in tax income for the local government. The income can be used for many county needs, including ambulance and fire services, law enforcement, and road departments. Also, our local public school would benefit from additional funds and help balance their needs. Second, permanent employees who maintain the wind turbines will bring their families to live in the communities. The new additional families would add to the communities by keeping our businesses, schools, clinics, and community services viable. The third point, just as important, the farm and ranching families that have a windmill on their property would have another source of income. The past several years have not been easy for them due to stagnant grain prices and rising expenses. In summation, projects of this caliber to aid in stabilizing the community and county needs come only once. Please approve amending the zoning to be in compliance with the state wind energy guidelines. Thank you.
My name's Andrew Presnell. I'm a resident of New Rockford and I've lived here my whole life. Please bear with me if I'm not a public speaker. I'm here to express my support for the proposed alignment with state guidelines regarding setbacks. What started 17 years ago, the small idea that we as a community could do something great that will impact our area for generations is almost over the finish line. We are finally here, and now is the time that us as community members, friends, and neighbors need to put past our differences and make change to better our county. Why are so many against progression in the community when that is how this county is going to survive? I have been very passionate about this project over the past year. I'm a 21-year-old young adult. My opinion matters because this place is my future. I am the president of the local ambulance service, a firefighter, and a board member of many organizations, and other things I can't remember off the top of my head. Why should I stay here if this county shuts the door to progression? Why should we tell other people to move back to this community? I've done my research for the project, listening to the ones against it, the ones for it, reading the mailings that have gone out, talking with the PRC representatives, and honestly my mind was fried after taking in all the information. One thing I learned is that whatever the truth is, somehow, somewhere, it'll get spun in and try to change the minds of people. Why would the state have setback guidelines for 3 times the height of a tower if it would negatively impact the residents of North Dakota? Why can't we vote to follow state guidelines for setbacks when it takes the conflict out of this commission and out of the area? I urge the commission to vote to follow state guidelines regarding setbacks, to move this project forward and make this a place where we as young adults can live, have a family, and have a life. Thank you.
Good evening, commissioners and zoning board. My name is Kent Myrie. I'm a lifelong resident of Eddy County as well as a third-generation farmer in Eddy and Benson County. In 2009, I was approached by Tracy Henningsgaard, one of the initial board members, about joining the We Wind board. At that time, I was unsure. I didn't know all that much about wind energy. I was unsure if it was what I wanted in my backyard. I did some research on wind farms, and I did a lot of thinking about the facts, and that is sort of the project that could potentially have a direct impact on the land that my father and grandfather farmed before me. After much thought, I came to a conclusion that a project of this size would have a large-scale positive impact on the community, bringing added revenue to our county, contributing to a brighter future for its residents. I was happy to join the board and have been serving on the board for the last 16 years. After many years of working at a local level, we began working with PRC in 2018. We negotiated a lease agreement with PRC under the guidance of an expert wind lease attorney. At that time, I became a notary, started meeting with landowners, and have spent a lot of time visiting with neighbors and community members over the last 7 years. I have personally signed a lot of the leases of the 43,000 acres in this project. So I've had a lot of opportunity to speak with people and can confidently say that the majority of them are in support of the project and can see a positive impact it will have on our community. I will be living here, working around these turbines. So this is not a decision that is taken lightly for all those years. But I ultimately saw the benefit that the project has on our future of our community. I am a supporter of this project and believe my grandfather would have been too. This is an opportunity for the future of Eddy County. Let's not squander it. I urge you to vote for the setbacks to fall align with the state guidelines. Thanks.
Well, good evening, everybody. My name is Adnan El-Dail, and I'm going to, no disrespect, I'm going to address you and address the people here. I'm originally from Saudi Arabia. First time I stepped foot here in North Dakota, New Rockford, was 5 years ago. And I ended marrying a girl from North Dakota, New Rockford, born and raised. If I met a girl in Hawaii, I'd be sitting on the beach right now. But I ended up here. And I've been throughout all the world. And I hate regulation, including 5 minutes regulation of a speech, but remind me and let me know when I reach that one. But sometimes regulation is important for us to live together. Okay? If we don't have regulation, we'd have chaos. We don't like regulation, we hate regulation, but sometimes we have to live with that. And one of these regulations, you set it up, and will set actually the direction for you for years to go. Okay? I am an economist by trade. Okay? I taught at universities, economic and finance and everything. But when you are economist, you look at free trade. If you're a true economist, you want to have a free trade, and that's what we have. And free movement of goods, and a code of ethics and commercial code. Now, the commercial code here in North Dakota is the century code. Okay? Without the century code, we won't be able to do what we're doing right now. Okay? We'll not have meetings like this one. We'll not have a commission here to get a meeting without the century code. I hate it. I got through it. It's a long one. I went through it today to be sure that we are abiding by the century code. And I saw the Public Service Commission to be sure that we are, what they're asking for is in compliance with the regulation. Okay? But really, the communities are actually financed through taxes, that's most of the time, or direct fee, user's fee. Okay? User's fees, you go get your driving license, you pay user's fee. Taxes, we're paying it. We're paying it on food, we pay it not on food, but on goods we buy, on services we perform. And also, all these taxes, we pay it, it goes to the state. We get only whatever left from the taxes the state collects. They take the 5% and we get the remaining amount. That's what we fund us. Okay? So either taxation to the people or you have user fee. Communities need to thrive to survive. If they don't thrive, that's a downward street. I've been in this community since 1980. Back and forth, since I married my girl. Okay. Since 1980, I've seen the community thrive. I've seen it shrink, struggle to survive, and back again, got on its feet, and it's holding its position right now. The last project we've done here was the bison plant. This project, we ship product. We are an export state. We export our children to different states. We raise them and they leave us. We export product. When you export product, you get money from out of state. That money out of state, that's what increases the wealth of the community. Okay? By having money circulated, like we got Casey's and Dollar General, we're happy about that one. But that's just services, that's utilities. Instead of going to Jamestown or going to Devil's Lake, we just pay the taxes here, we get 1.5% back. Okay? Instead of giving it to Devil's Lake or Jamestown. But sending a product, we're sending soybean, we're sending corn, and we're sending everything that we have produced here with cattle over out of the state to get money back. And that's the only way we can really increase the wealth of the community. Not from just selling product like Casey's or Dollar General. We need to have product that we can export. We cannot export our children anymore. We have to give our children here. And we have to keep in mind, we're a capitalist society. We're not a communist society, for God's sake. Okay? We're a capitalist society. And we hate regulation. There should be less regulation, not more regulation. And that's why I asked the Commissioner really to stay with the state, because you have to have uniform code of work around different areas in the state. Otherwise, we will not prosper. Thank you very much.
Short recess for 7 minutes.
Didn't hear what you said. What did you say?
5 minutes.